Okay. As Mary said, we were going over a lot of different categories of standards, and this is the third one. We talk about correspondence. We talk about correspondence. That is, you receive mail, your boss receives mail, or something comes to you that you have to answer. The really important key here is the service-oriented correspondence should be tracked and responded to in a timely manner. And timely means that if something comes in, you happen to get a letter that talked about filling a pothole. Most people will call 311, but there is a possibility that you will get a service-related correspondence that requires tracking and response. Service-level agreements apply, and Mary would hold us accountable to that. Service-level agreements apply relative to how quickly that pothole should be filled. Furthermore, it is important, and this is really the key, that that letter be entered into the CRMS system and be tracked. Not only does that ensure that the resources get out there to get the pothole or whatever fixed, but it also gives us a data that we know and we can make policy decisions about the type of service requests that we get. Now, that doesn't relieve you or the other person or somebody else from having to respond to that correspondence in written fashion. And in fact, in this case, the customer may get two. They may get one from you: I have received your letter regarding such and such and such. I have referred to and other thing, and so on and so on. But they also may get something that may have been generated through the entrance into the CRMS system. And in my opinion, having that person get double mail is a good thing. I mean, it shows that not only you took care of them, but the CRMS system and the processes that go along there was certainly used. There's a standard here too. Let me throw out to you that all correspondence, 5 days. And again, I know I'm throwing out a lot of dates to you, but as you read the document, we'll certainly, and as you go through orientation sessions and training, we'll go over that a lot more. But 5 days. Now, that doesn't mean in 5 days you got to have the answer, because you may not have the answer, or you may not be able to provide the document. But within 5 days, it is important that you call and write the constituents. I'm responding, thank you for writing on such and such date. This letter is in response to that, and give them an update on when that occurs. Just a side note, memos are for internal use only. The memo form with the City of Dallas logo, to, from, subject, internal use only. And then faxes, fax page and fax covers. Faxes should not contain personal logos or phrases different from the mission and the goals of the City of Dallas. So yes, we're standardizing things. Yes, we're asking that we standardize fact sheets, and we'll see another standardization when it comes to emails here in a second. All right, email standards. The message should really be all about business, and the message received must come across quite differently. I was talking to Brenda. Brenda said, I said, give me an example of this. I think the example she gave me was, if you got this email, and it said you owe the city $10 hypothetically in library fines, and they got hugs and kisses and all that, the message is, I would get hacked off. I don't want to be hugged and kissed and get, $10 there, saying I owe $10. So certainly that's something to consider. Email standards certainly have an appropriate signature, title, email address, acknowledge within 24 hours, and again, no personal and email types. In cases where you're out of the office for more than one full day, certainly have the office out-of-office response. And that's the kind of data that we will have there. Employee's absence from the office, expected return, when the employee responds to an inquiry, where the writer can call or mail for immediate assistance. Typical, and again, you need to know how to do that on the Outlook system. I just learned how a couple of days ago. Okay. Part 5, interactions with customers with limited English proficiency.
Hello, hey.
Hi, welcome to the City of Dallas. I'm Melania. May I help you?
Ime is de indebre in acheveri. Acheveri. Uye XV and
Could you please wait? I've got a list of people who speak languages in my department. Let me look up someone. What language do you speak?
Ik ben Emily.
Could you say that slowly?
Ik ben Emily. Oye, one. Ik ben Emily.
Pig Latin. MJ speaks Pig Latin. Let me give him a call. JM, this is Melania Q. Please talk to one of our customers or speak Pig Latin. Thanks. I'll pass on to the phone to you.
Hello, hey.
One of the things that we have resources within the organization that have English as a second language pay, and certainly we would ask all department and managers to make sure, and all employees make sure that you know who those persons are within the organization and use them when you have someone in a non-English speaking situation. Okay, part 6, face-to-face interaction. Pretty straightforward here. All the do's and don'ts of good face-to-face communication. Acknowledge, make eye contact, listen carefully. The one thing I always talk about here is a simple thing, is smile. Listen carefully and summarize what goes on between the employee. Now, one of the things, and next slide, when you have meetings, one of the standards that we like to have in any public contact offices where people are coming in is to post your office hours. Post office hours. Not only does that help the citizen understand what's going on, but also it lets them know exactly what the office hours are. If the customer has waited long or that we've made a mistake, apologize for that. And in some cases, and Brenda and I were talking about this a little earlier, in some cases, and it has to be used in the right way at the right time, but if you have trinkets such as pens, it may be offered as a way of apologetic kind of, or an apology, is to give them that gift. Now, again, take that, you got to use that very carefully because somebody could get hacked off that you may be giving them something to apologize for some bad customer service. But again, be aware of that. And then if the thing escalates, if the situation escalates, or that the citizen or employee wants to talk to a supervisor, then make that happen immediately. Don't try to take it among yourself to handle those situations. And then finally, thank the customer. Diffusing challenging customer service. Derek probably has gone through this in a lot of the training classes that you might have had relative to customer service. But when dealing with a dissatisfied customer, whether they're right or wrong, let them know, let them vent. And then again, if they want to stay calm, don't take it personally. But again, if they want to challenge, go ahead and give that to a manager or a supervisor. And one of the things we really need to say is supervisors and managers, although you may not want to deal with an upset citizen, that's a part of a manager and a supervisor's responsibility, is to take that, listen, and diffuse situations like that.